Yo, it's time for another bitchin' boss stellar and solid episode of Otaku Evolution. So take a chill pill, home fries and bowheads, cause we're scoping another 80s anime. So let's veg out and watch this short mecha feature, MADOX-01. I'm taking us back to the old blow-by-blow kind of video, since this thing's shorter than rah-rah skirts. So let's make like Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom and observe the 80s mecha in its natural habitat. The feature begins with a detailed look at the workings of a manned bipedal robot suit that sort of reminds me of the opening to Patlabor 2. Then we get this battle between a tank force and the robot suit, the MADOX-01. The tanks are formidable, but they're no match for the maneuverability and firepower of the MADOX. This is very upsetting to the Tank Corps leader, Lieutenant Kilgore, who doesn't like that the MADOX and its test pilot Ellie is getting all the attention from the military bigwigs. Like a complete moron, he takes the defeat personally and actually swears vengeance on the robot suit. This guy is not all there. Anyway, while the MADOX is being transported somewhere, the truck carrying it is caught in a traffic accident on the highway, and the box it's in falls into the delivery truck of this one kid. He visits his buddy Koji, an engineering student, who shows an interest in the box. But meanwhile, the military is frantic in their search for the unit, even desperate enough to assign Kilgore to tracking it down. Koji and his friend take the crate back to his apartment, where they start talking about the girl he just recently broke up with after she said she was going to England to study. However, Koji is given the message that she's willing to meet him later that night to say goodbye. Then his friend disappears and is never seen again for the rest of the feature. But that's okay, because there are more exciting things going on, like this incredible early unboxing video.
This is awesome!
Naturally, instead of immediately contacting the nearest authorities to come pick up this potentially deadly piece of military equipment, Koji screws around with the experimental robot suit and finds himself locked into it as it activates. Good luck getting your security deposit back on your apartment after this shit, Koji.
Looks like I've stopped.
Oh. Excuse me?
Huh? Yes, I'll take this, please. Can you warm it up in a microwave?
At this point, why hasn't everybody fled the surrounding area? Is nobody terrified or at least impressed by this mechanical suit? Koji just eats some convenience store food in the park like it was just an ordinary day, ruminating on his relationship with that girl, Shiori. He even intends to go see her in the suit. I guess dressed to impress, right? Well, it's like Christmas time for Kilgore, who is more than happy to get together a squadron, personally manning a prototype super tank to go after the 01. He is just ecstatic at the chance to go after the mega suit that showed him up in the mock battle, and isn't afraid to turn Tokyo into a war zone to do so. Ellie decides it'll be safer if she suits up and takes the MADOX Unit 0 prototype to intercept 01 before then. Meanwhile, Koji needs gas.
Come on now! I want diesel! Fill her up! Fill her up! All right. I'm coming, Shiori.
Look at these morons barking at the military superweapon for hogging the road. These guys must either have the biggest balls ever, or the smallest brains, because Koji makes their car a convertible. And look at these people in the city! They're barely reacting to the MADOX! Is it such a usual sight in Tokyo? I also like how Koji is just stunned that the military has come to take back the suit, like he wasn't expecting it at all. This is when shit gets real, as an attack helicopter arrives at the scene and immediately starts firing, Naturally, this does absolutely nothing to the MADOX, which targets and shoots down the copter. So, yeah, Koji has just murdered a bunch of what I can assume are JSDF soldiers. Sure, it seems like the MADOX did this automatically, but you try telling that to the authorities after they see that shit go down. Ellie has the sense to get the MADOX Unit 0 to try to end this mess before it gets even more out of hand. That idiot Koji is still planning on meeting that girl at a certain skyscraper and is confronted in the subway by the Unit 0.
You should be able to hear this. Answer me.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're giving me a headache.
What exactly do you hope to gain? Why are you causing this uproar?
You're the ones who are causing an uproar. I'm just...
You're just... Just what?
Oh, none of your business.
Give yourself up now. You can't hope to escape after this.
Well, that's something I won't know if I don't try.
Despite the difference in experience, Koji does pretty well in fighting Ellie. They end up in the parking garage of the building Koji's to meet the girl. The battle intensifies until the 01 runs out of ammunition. Ellie disables Koji's suit, immobilizing him. He's forced to admit that he just wants to meet somebody at the top of the building, and that the MADOX shot the helicopter down on its own. Ellie figures that the whole experience is over, but they're both ambushed by Kilgore and his men. She reasons that the only way to stop Kilgore is to beat him, but Koji is reluctant.
You were excellent in our fight. You almost took me. Have you read the entire manual?
No, there wasn't time.
Oh, well then. I'll give you some pointers.
Kilgore is pretty deranged, not at all concerned about or even angry at the pilot of the MADOX, just the MADOX itself, and uses his special tank to take out his frustrations on it, with Koji in it. He's pretty proud of outdoing an untrained civilian, but then he's not all there, now is he? But Koji manages to flip over the tank and avoid an early death. That tank is really maneuverable, though, following him upstairs and blasting him a couple of times. The two combatants meet along a bridge going from one half of the skyscraper to the other, with Koji deciding to simply take out the floor beneath Kilgore to send him plummeting. It looks like it might work, but Kilgore is determined to win, even if he has to take Koji with him.
If I fall, you go with me. There's no escape.
Escape, huh? Fine. If you want this thing so much, then you can have it! Ah!
No! I'll kill you! Die! Die!
Such a waste of cool weaponry. I guess for all the features of that tank, an extra parachute wasn't one of them. Anyway, Koji ambles along, hoping to get to Shiori, and she finds him on another bridge. The two reunite sweetly, likely with Koji telling her how he feels. And then being arrested for stealing classified military equipment and shooting down a helicopter. Ah, military prison for life. Such would be the fate of... Wait, is this it? It's over? What happened to Ellie? Given how everybody in town reacted to the MADOX, I doubt this even made the news that night. For some reason, a mecha and a tank fighting at a skyscraper is just too day-to-day for the people of Tokyo. I mean, people don't want to seem like tourists, after all. Let's face it, folks. Outside some decent combat scenes, MADOX-01 was pretty bogus. This was all empty calories. Not a lot to talk about except the underreactions of everyone to the situation they find themselves in. Hey, didn't the MADOX resemble those K-suits the AV police use in Bubblegum Crisis? Or maybe that mecha Maki uses in the 8th episode of Bubblegum Crisis? Also a little bit like the Garland from Megazone 2-3 Part 1, right? Well, they're all designed by Shinji Aramaki. I guess like Masami Obari, he does a lot of self-borrowing and tweaking between productions to produce slightly different designs. It works for him. Shinji Aramaki and Kenji Kamiyama both put out a new season of Ghost in the Shell standalone complex recently. While the CG direction they took wasn't good, the story and characters are much in the vein of the first 2 seasons. Just wanted to tell you about that before I bounce. Next time, we're rounding out 80s month with a Yaz movie. It's very pretty, at least. Until then, I gotta get to Rack's roast beef for a pocket meatball sandwich. See ya!
This is awesome!